Hello. I'm just shuffling up my deck as we speak. I'm on a little bit early. So the Delphi Murders, I actually have an audio clip that I'd like to share from YouTube to kind of bring you up on the Delphi Murders. It's been an unsolved case since 2017. Some people refer to it as the Snapchat murders. There was Abby and Libby were in Delphi, Indiana. They had passed away on 2/14/17, and it's still an unsolved case today. So I'm going to share my screen over here and show you a news clip so y'all can see what what the case is all about.
America is a nation of detectives today, trying to identify the suspect in this photo and this voice. The grainy image and that haunting audio were reported by 14-year-old Liberty German on her cell phone. She also shot this last photo of her best friend, 13-year-old Abigail Williams. Abigail and Liberty were found murdered near this creek on a hiking trail in Indiana on Valentine's Day. We played the audio for people in Delphi, Indiana, population just 3,000.
Somebody knows this voice. Somebody has to know who this guy is. We are begging you to come up and to come forward.
The release of the audio has triggered more than 8,000 tips. Citizens groups, including Nancy Grace, are offering their theories about the killer.
We hear that muffled, down the hill, down the hill. Why was it muffled? Because I think she put it in her pocket.
Stephen Fabian followed the final footsteps of the killer and his victims down the hill.
This is the bridge that we've all seen in the images released to the media. You can see now some flowers left behind in memory of the girls. We do know that the girls were found on this side of the creek, about a quarter of the mile in this direction. So when we're hearing down the hill on that recording, they could have been led in this direction, down this hill. And once you start going down the hill, you can sort of see all the different paths that they maybe were forced to go down. You can also hear that same crunching of the leaves that we're hearing in the recording. The further away you get from the trail, you also can start to feel how isolated it is.
There are several intriguing theories police are working on. Could there be two killers? This may explain why neither of the girls was able to get away. Does the killer live nearby? He seems to know the woods and back roads. Was the killer recently released from prison?
I don't think this is the first time he's done something like this.
Veteran New York Homicide Detective Sergeant Joe Giacalone is following the case.
He was following them for a while. And I think that's why she was able to snap this picture, because if you notice he's looking down, he's not even paying attention. She realized maybe something's wrong, and then she snapped this blurry video.
Now that you, no, this is Delphi, Indiana. This is not, it's not Colorado, the famous Colorado that we all know. And it's still an unsolved case today, even though there is video footage and audio footage and DNA of this individual. So I decided, since it's been an unsolved case since 2017, that I'm going to pull some cards. So Abby was born on 6/23. She's a water sign. She's Cancer. And Liberty, was born on 12/27. She's a Capricorn. So the first card I got is the Chariot card, which is the Cancer card. That's probably Abby trying to speak. That is her card. And the first card is the Chariot. It means to take charge, a journey ahead. Could be a new vehicle, but I don't think she was driving. So I think Libby was, or Abby is the one that took charge of taking this photo or this video of this dude. The next I got is the Five of Pentacles, which is like poverty, grief, which could be her family. The next one I got is the Four of Cards, well, the Four of Cups reversed, which is upright, it means being unfulfilled. Down, it means new direction, a new outlook. Maybe it sounds like it's getting the right attention. The Magician reversed, which means it's upright. It means, being focused, being clear, being creative. Reversed is not being, it's losing your focus, not losing your drive, not being clear, which could mean the photo not being clear. And the next card I got is the Two of Cups, which is celebrations and like a marriage, a proposal, a celebration. I doubt that has anything to do, but I am going to clarify the marriage card. It could be Abby also trying to come out too, because Abby's a water sign and the cups are water. Because she started off as a Chariot card. This is her card. This is Cancer. Libby is an earth sign. Maybe her family is just not healing from this because there's no clarity. They're confused. They don't have any clarity. The case is kind of going nowhere. Yes, there's two girls, Abby and Libby. They died on 2/14 of 2017. Abby is a water sign. She's a Cancer. Libby is a earth sign. She's a Capricorn. I don't think this means a new beginning, guys. That's the card I got to clarify. The Two of Cups. The bottom of the deck is the Five of Wands, which is obstacles, being in the way from the truth. What is the final outcome for Abby and Libby? It could be. I feel like this is somebody they know being stabbed in the back by someone. Having anxiety, almost staying awake up at night. I feel like this is somebody they might have they didn't know them. If someone they've came across before, that just weirded them out. The swords are just very clear. Maybe it's keeping the investigators up at night because they can't solve this? But why would that be the final outcome? Hmm. You've heard that said before? I'm just wondering why. Let's try a different deck. It started off strong. That is a very good question. How old were they? I want to say one was 13 and one was 12. So Abby was 13 and Libby was 14. Yeah, so 13 and 14, they were very young. I know it was a day that they were off school. They didn't have any school. I want to say the sister is the one that dropped him off at the bridge while she was going to work. They were supposed to return at a certain time or be picked up by someone's parents, and they were supposed to meet in a certain place, and they never showed up. And that's how the investigation started. Oh, they had a snow day. Okay, well, they had a snow day. They decided that they were going to go on the bridge. Crystal visions. Abby and Libby. Snow days are supposed to be fun. Well, it did look kind of warm that day. So I was just told that they had the day off school. I didn't know it was actually considered a snow day or why. Of course, I didn't get into the reason. One of these girls was a feisty, creative person. I want to say Abby comes to mind. Knight of Wands. I don't believe so. I believe the phone was found somewhere near the crime scene. And okay, it was found in Libby's pocket. So I'm guessing, hi Marie, I'm guessing Libby is the one that Snapchatted it. It was something that was found on Snapchat. That's why it's called the Snapchat murders as well. Three of Cups, celebration with friends, families. The Hierophant, which is like traditions. And the Sun, meaning everything's going to be okay. Ooh. Wow. This can just turn really dark really fast and really confusing really fast. It starts off with the Chariot, which is like a new journey, which is also Abby's card. She's the she's the how is she? Cancer? Yeah, she's the Cancer. Then you got the Five of Pentacles, which is a Capricorn card, which is Libby, which is talking about, loss, whether it be financial loss or a death. Then you've got the Four of Wands, which is feeling unclear. Then the Magician, which is like almost like a dazed and confused. But what are they celebrating? I feel like they're going to catch this person. What does all these cards have in common, though? I feel like they're going to catch this person because of the Sun card. The Sun means everything is good, or maybe the Sun card means they've moved on? How could they move on, though? Nobody's caught their killer. It kind of seems like it's a light on his wand. Maybe they're going to find some new evidence, bring something to light that hasn't been brought before. Let's see what the Kepler deck has to say. Despair. I think this has to go with the Five of Pentacles. These two young girls really brought a lot of despair to the town and their families. And on the bottom of the deck, it's the official person. Maybe this is why it hasn't been solved. Maybe this person is an official person, or it's being covered up. I mean, look at the card, guys. If that doesn't say that it's a cover-up, I don't know what does. Let me look into the official person with a new deck. This is the vice versa deck. Give me some insight into the official person. Ten of Cups, which is like total family love and support. That was to clarify the official person. And the star card came out. And it's upright. It's pouring out your emotions, bringing total balance. It's also, the star card is an Aquarius card. They died on 2/14, which is Aquarian. And the star card is Aquarius. That is so weird. So we have Abby's card, the Chariot, that came out. We have the star card, which is the day they died, coming out. And Libby as the Five of Pentacles, which is like basically despair. The Kipler deck says despair. So I feel like Libby's parents are despaired by, I'm not saying Abby's parents are not, but this really brought down their family. Because this has gone unsolved for so long. Or maybe brought down the town. And Abby and Libby's name is kind of like a figure throughout the town. And it's making like headlines. Please look further into this official guy. Ace of Pentacles. New job offer? I mean, I don't know. I feel like this official guy, his family is covering it up. His family and this official guy is covering it up. And they basically, I feel like they gave him a new job offer to go out of town. That's why it's not being solved. Hello. Wow. Okay. The cop will move on. I don't feel it's a stranger, guys. Either the cop covered it up, or they didn't investigate enough in a certain individual that was of interest. I mean, the cards are clear. I'll pull my other deck for luck. My Golden Girls deck. And see what we see. Hello. Please show me what I need to see around Abby and Libby. You got the High Priestess reversed. This is a card of upright, it means, trust yourself, trust your intuition, being a leader, being respected. This person's not respected. And maybe that's part of the cover-up. The person's not respected. It's leading me in two different directions here. It's either an official person who did it, and their family is helping them cover it up, or it's someone who's not respected. Therefore, the official man is not looking into it further because they just don't believe that this person did it. Because there could be no possible way. I kind of want to say it reminds me of another case that we shall not talk about. The case with no name. If you all know what I'm talking about. I feel like it's a cover-up, but it's also, or it's shoddy police work. But the cards keep confusing me on which one. The bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups, which is illusions. Thinking something's the truth that's not the truth. So what's the illusion? What's the truth and what's the illusion? Was that guy the actual killer? Or was he just an illusion? Or was he just a distraction to take away from the real killer, guys? What's your thoughts, everybody? Because also the next card is the Seven of Cups, or the Eight of Cups, I'm sorry, which is walking away, being unfulfilled. Wait a second. I feel like I got it. Oh no. What does the room say? What after hearing all these different case scenarios and the cards, I've pulled out 5 different decks now. What does the room say? What's your theory here on this case? Because the cards are pulling me in like 3 different directions. It's not being very clear. It's sounding like that through the video. That they were lured in the woods. I don't think they know who they're actually looking for, Cat H, because of the phone being not high resolution. It is a very pixelated photo. And I don't know, I mean, in 2017, I don't know, she was, 14 years old. I suspect that her parents didn't buy her a really good phone. Being from a small town in Delphi, Indiana, of 3,000, she probably had an older phone or someone else's phone that was handed down that didn't have a really good camera. But if you can hear the crumbling of something, and it sounds like leaves. So maybe he was pointing, maybe that guy was pointing down the hill, meaning watch somebody down the hill. And he actually wasn't the one that did it. Maybe that's what the illusion is. The illusion is he's not the killer. He maybe was trying to look out for them. Who knows? The other theory I have is maybe it was someone who was not someone who lived there all the time. A passerby. I mean, I don't know the area very well, but I'm only assuming That's the one thing I couldn't find while looking up this case. It doesn't exactly tell us how they died. If they were, stabbed, shot. I will look again. All I can see is they were found murdered, they were found murdered, they were found murdered. But it doesn't say how. It doesn't say, oh, they were stabbed to death, or they were shot to death. I've looked at several different sources, and I cannot find other than they died. Their bodies were found 0.5 miles away from the bridge on that side that we all saw in the share in the earlier part of it. And there is no discovery on this case. I even looked at that too. I was like, oh, what's the discovery? Apparently there's nothing. It hasn't been put out. It's not public. So who knows? Maybe somebody lured them in the woods. Maybe that guy lured them in the woods. Maybe there was an accomplice. Maybe there was 3 people. Let's see if I have... There hasn't been enough evidence out there. And to be honest, these cards are just not telling me the truth. Other than it's a mystery. There's some official people that are involved. Whether they're still trying to figure out the case, whether they didn't do enough police work. Who knows? It's hard when you use multiple decks. You have to put them all away. I am wondering how long it's going to be a cold case. Maybe that's the next question I need to ask. Will this case ever be solved between Abby and Libby? Show me what the cards have to see. Show me what the cards have to see. All right. The star card came out again. That's the second time the star card is coming out. That's Aquarius. They died on 2/14, which is Aquarius. I don't know if that's a sign about it's talking about the murders, or maybe it's going to get solved on the day X amount of years on the day they were murdered. Because that is the second time that card came out. So the first card that came out is the Moon, which is unforeseen problems. Not having a clear, you can make voluntary changes to change the outcome, but it's they don't know Two of Wands, which is like having two different directions. You're waiting for the results, not really having all the answers. The Eight of Wands, which is a swift action. Something's going to come to light really quickly. And then the Star card, renewal, hope, materialism, and envy. Sounds to me like new evidence is going to come to light very quickly. If they don't have it already. And once the results come in off that test or whatever they're waiting for or whatever DNA they found, it's all going to go into motion very quickly. But I'm not getting a time frame here other than Aquarius. But they died in Aquarius season. So the only significant numbers here are 2 and 8. 2 plus 8 is 10. Divide by 2 is 5. So maybe it's saying by the 5th year, we're going to have something new. Because it can't be 2 years. It's already been passed. And 8 years seems like it's a long time. I'm just not getting a vibe. I don't know. I'm so confused. There's just so many different scenarios. I was hoping that the cards could help me clarify. But no, they've only got me more confused. What's going on? Honestly, I wow, okay. The Emperor is on the bottom of the deck. The Emperor means, like a respect, leadership type of individual. That's the second time that card has come up like that. I feel like whoever... The cards are leading me in two different directions. It's either someone who's like a high-powered profile person of that town, like a cop, a detective. They're the ones that either is going to solve this case, or they're the ones that had a part of covering it up. Okay, who all in the room thinks it was a cover-up? Press 2 if you think it's a cover-up. Press 1 if you think it's not a cover-up. And the guy's gonna be the one that solves the case, the cop, the detective. Because honestly, these cards have not cleared this up for me. And this has always been a case that I cannot get clear on. And I think it's because there's just not a lot out there other than they died. And this individual, this sketch, this photo, this video, okay, so we've got 2. So we're all thinking it's a cover-up. I don't know. Just... I don't know. I have no idea. The cards don't help. I'm curious on what everybody's theories are. Okay, well, let's see if we can pull more cards. I don't know. I'm getting the Eight of Wands again, which is something's happening quickly. Six of Swords. Traveling. That's what I'm thinking. I'm concentrating on the killer right now and seeing what cards I can pull. Strength. Do a pendulum. That is a good idea. So the Eight of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Strength card. It sounds like the killer, I don't think the killer planned this. He was kind of like, no, it gave me 4 scenarios, Beth. And I've pulled out almost every deck I own. So right now I've pulled a 3-card spread on who killed Abby and Liberty. The first card I got is the Eight of Wands, which just means whatever happened was done very quickly. The Six of Swords, which means traveling. And the Strength card means this guy was strong. He almost overpowered these girls. Like they had no choice. Okay. All right, we're going to focus on the bridge guy and see if he's the guy. Woo! The first card I got is Judgment. It fell to the floor. The next card that fell to the floor is the Tower, which is Shady Pines on Fire. And the next card is the Star card. Again, the Star card is the day they died. It's Aquarius. And it also means letting it all out. I feel like it's not the bridge guy. I have a feeling. But whoever it is, it's going to be shed to light really quickly. As, the Tower breaks, something's going to break in this case. That's going to lead to a judgment. This is the 3rd time the Aquarius card has come out, which is the day they died. I feel like it's going to be 2/14. It's going to be an Aquarius season. And then 2021 came to my head. Because this is the age of the Aquarian. This is the awakening. I have a feeling if there isn't a break in this case by this year, it's going to happen. If there's not a break in the case this year, it's going to happen around the time they were murdered. There's going to be a break sometime in the future. Let's see if he worked alone. If the bridge guy or the murderer worked alone. Yeah. That is the third time the star card has come out. And in my head, something told me 2021. I don't know. I mean, did the killer work alone? Temperance came out, which is balance between fire and ice. I think whoever killed them is balancing between good and evil. They're not exactly 100% evil, but they're not exactly 100% good, and it's a battle. Six of Pentacles reversed, which is meaning loss of money. And we're talking about the killer here, guys. 10 of Wands, heavy burdens. I almost feel like someone's going to confess. Because it's just burdening them so much and they're losing actual money. Because it's almost like put them into a deep depression. Was someone covering for him? The 10 of Cups flipped around, which is family. And that's the second time that card has come out too. I feel you guys are right. Someone knows, but they're covering it up. The family's covering it up. We're not letting it be known or trying to fix the situation. The Tower came out again, which is a breaking moment. That's come out twice, guys. I feel like the killer is just breaking. Judgment again. Guys, I can't make this crap up. Was there motive? Was there motive? The Hermit is the motive, which is kind of like traditions. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not the Hermit, I'm sorry, is more of like being alone. I got the card mixed up. I feel like this person is almost a depressed person. And see the snake in this card? It's like, don't step on me. And on the bottom of the deck, the Chariot card. That's Abby's card. She is a Cancer. She's come out twice too. If I pull another deck and I get the Judgment card or the Tower card, it's a done deal, dude. Like, it's going to happen. OMG. That is 3 times, guys, the Judgment card has come out. And then the next card is the Hermit. Guys. You're seeing this, right? Let's try one more deck. Crystal Visions. Knight of Swords, which is like a knight in shining armor. Guys, whose card is that? That came out twice. The Chariot card. That card has come out 4 times in this reading. The Chariot card. I feel like Abby is the one that convinced Libby to go to the bridge that day. Or maybe Abby was the first one to go, or the last one. But she came up in the first read as the first card. His time is the world is gonna come crashing down on him when he least expects it. Look at this card. The crowns are coming off. And on the other deck, the place is on fire. The judgment's going to be hard, though. They're going to find some evidence. This card kind of shows maybe they're in the dark and they're about to see the light, the investigators. Maybe that's what these 2 cards mean. And maybe this card means the family's going to give something up, another piece of information. Or maybe they're going to give themselves up because this thing's burdening them. This case is heartbreaking. I literally can't make this up when cards just, I mean, you've seen, I have multiple decks going on. Cards are just flying out, you know? I'm going to ask a different question and see if I get a different answer. I mean, time is up, man. Something's going to be spread the light. So I'm going to go with what is the motive of the killer? The sun is the motive. An Ace of Wands, which means like a new project, new vision. The Wheel of Fortune. Everything's going to happen in divine timing, or it was divine timing. I feel, oh, dude, I feel like it was almost like he wanted to do this just to prove himself. Why? Why would somebody want to do this? To prove themselves. What do they get out of this? I feel like it's a younger guy or an older guy. It's either younger or older. I'm gonna reshuffle these cards. I mix them all up because I'm just seeing if I get the same cards. Please clarify the sun. Why was this a good feeling? Presents, the Six of Pentacles, receiving gifts. I almost feel like this is a religious thing. Kind of like the 40 virgins. I hate that feeling. Mastering his craft. Eight of Pentacles. I'm starting to feel like it is, Beth. I mean, the motive is gifts, feeling the sun, new project. The Devil card. This is Libby's card, by the way. She's a Capricorn. And it means like greed and lust. Being overpowered by material things. Wheel of Fortune came out again. Either I feel like this person who did it felt like he could get away with it. And it made him feel good because he felt like he could get away with it. Because he's been getting away with it all this time. But something's going to overpower him. Either he's going to do it again and get caught, or something in divine timing is going to happen. They're either going to find evidence, or he's going to do it again. And they're going to link the two murders together. That is just the weirdest thing. Is there anybody in the room that doesn't know what I'm talking about with the Delphi murders, I will play the clip again if anybody needs a revisit. Why did Abby and Libby go to the bridge that day? Why did Abby and Libby go to the bridge that day? The Magician, which is a focused card, it's like you're focused, you're trying to do something, you've got a lot of intuition, creativity. I feel like one of the girls was a photographer or like taking photos. This card popped out, guys, the Chariot. Oh my gosh, the Chariot keeps coming out. Which is a sudden action, a change, a new journey. And it's also Abby's card. Either Abby's trying to tell us something, or something is coming to a head, and it's coming fast. Sorry, guys. Three cards decided. The Wheel of Fortune, Divine Timing. Two of Swords was just two choices. And the Ace of Wands, which is a new project or a new job. I feel like the girls kind of went there for something to do. I feel like the girls went there for something to do and try to be creative with it, with either taking photos or art or drawing. They had two choices of places they went that day. They thought the old bridge was the greatest place to go. Turns out it was not. I already feel like this person is out of state, Lustius, to be honest. Because of the travel card I kept getting. And I feel that's the reason why they haven't figured it out, so to speak. Five of Cups, which is basically pouring out all your emotions, feeling alone. Like nobody's there to comfort you. I feel like... And on the bottom of the deck, we have the unknown card, which is basically the fear of the unknown, not knowing the answer. That kind of really... I feel like whoever did this is too afraid to say anything because of the fear of the unknown. They're keeping this tightly bound, but it's bothering them, or it's bothering someone. Someone knows. They're just not saying nothing. Or it's just not coming out. Let's see if there will be someone who's charged with the murder. Nothing's popping out yet. 5 of Wands. There's obstacles in the way. The Moon. Unforeseen problems. Oops. Unforeseen problems. Voluntary changes. Nine of Wands, protecting your boundaries. Standing up for yourself. And then the 10 of Wands, which is heavy burdens. Whoever it is, they're not going without a fight. But something has to change in the investigation for the happy outcome. They need to either change course, change direction. Maybe make some links. Maybe this is linked to another murder somewhere in the States. Maybe not in Indiana, but maybe somewhere else. Anyone have any thoughts? I don't know the bridge guy either. But somebody mentioned that I should pull out the pendulum. And stop dealing with the cards. I'm actually going to pull out a special pendulum that has never been seen. On my channel before. As I clear up the cards a little bit, give room for the pendulum. You're still not caught yet. There are too many unknowns, unfortunately. That's the wonderful thing about true crime. I seem to have an audience when I actually schedule. All right, guys. This is the wonderful pendulum. So I'm gonna have the chat ask it a question. Yeah. This is what I get for trying to move my camera around. Sorry, guys. All right. This is a pendulum. You ask it yes or no questions. Was there more than one person involved in Abby and Liberty's death? It's saying yes. Will these people be caught? Hold on a second, let me. Will these people be caught? No, the dogs hear my mom, Beth. It's saying no. Is this being covered up? No. Any other questions, guys? Is the bridge guy dead with COVID-19? It's undecided. Man, my hands are getting like really, really tired. Hold on a second, guys. A lot of energy goes through this damn thing. Let me grab the other one that's on stand. Maybe this will be better. Did the guy catfish Abby and Libby? Saying no. Does the murderer know them on Snapchat? It's undecided. Was it a murder for hire? It's undecided. Was this premeditated? Saying yes. Guys, it's saying yes. Any more questions? Yes or no questions? I'll stop it. Does he have other victims? It's saying yes. Has this person killed before? It's still saying yes. I can't believe this. The pendulum is telling it all, guys. It's still saying yes. Here, maybe. This ledge. There we go. Is it one of their teachers? It's undecided because it's between yes and no. Was it a teacher's brother? That's a yes. See how it's swinging this way? You can see my hands. I'm not moving this. Both my hands are right here, and it's still swinging. This is not an apparatus. Is it one of the family members? It's just circling. It's not saying yes or no. Is it a distant family member? That's a yes. So it sounds like it's not somebody who's close, but a distant family member of some kind. It is pretty scary. I don't bring out the pendulum very often because it is scary. I'm really thinking it was probably Abby or Libby that wanted to meet some dude at the bridge. But I don't want to come out and say it because I don't know. And then something went wrong. I don't know if it was the dude or if someone else is there. Did they know this dude? Did Libby and Abby know this person who killed him? Saying no. But it's a very faint no. Is this person going to get caught? It's like wanting to say yes, but it's still saying no. Like, I don't think it's a yes or a no. But it's very faint. Like, that's a clear no. And that's a clear yes. Yes, I am moving this. But if it goes like, I gotta wait. Are there any more true crime cold case stories that you guys are interested in? Oh, okay, hold on. Does the killer have a son? That's a clear no. Does the killer have any children? No. Is the killer older? Yes. Was the killer brought in for questioning? Yes. Does the killer have any reason to kill because they have beef with Abby or Libby's family? That's a no. It's a very clear no. Does the police know who it is? That's a yes. I hope they get caught too one day. I don't think there's enough evidence. No, there's not enough evidence. That's what it is. Guys, look. I didn't even ask a yes or no question and it said no. And you can see both my hands are right here. I'm not touching this thing. And my legs are right here. You can see them in camera. Like, I am not touching this desk in any way, shape, or form. You see my fat stomach. Is he going to turn himself in? It says yes. And now it's going to no. I don't know. I think he's thinking about it. Are there any other cases that you want me to read in future videos? Anyone who's in the chat, also leave a comment if you're not here in the chat and it's a replay. What other crimes do you want me, or cold cases you want me to look into? Everyone in the chat? Karen Hormone case. I'll have to write that one down. Oops. Because that'll be my next video. I do. I have done a few. Mr. DT. I don't always do murders. I do anything cold case, anything that hasn't been solved. And I also do cases that have been solved that have lots of questions. So I'm just running out of ideas, and I'm trying to grow my subscriber base. And it looks like true crime is where it's at, I guess. Paranormal or true crime. Everybody likes woo-woo stories. I'm thinking about doing a woo-woo Wednesday. I'm sorry, woo-woo Saturday. Which is paranormal stories. Yeah, subscribe if you like tonight's content. Subscribe and personalize the bell, because I have talked about the Hotel Cecil in future or past videos. I do personal readings every now and again on my random disc. I am available for personal readings if you don't want to wait. Link, the stuff is in the description. I'm looking for some cold cases because I'm running out of ideas, and I've got one. The Karen Hormone case from Portland. That will be my next video. I have to research it, guys, because I've never heard of this case, so I don't want to go blind in a case that I've never heard of. See, I even wrote notes, guys, of their birth dates and everything, just in case I saw it. I have touched base on the Watts case. I'm not really willing to comment too much more about it, just because it's turning into a circus. Do I believe there were more people involved? Possibly. Do I believe the whole truth has not been said? Absolutely. And that's only based on science and the discovery. So, and my cards. And then I have done the Carly Gousset. I don't think it's labeled though. Case. Kayron Horman. Oh, Kayron Horman. That's how it's pronounced. Okay. Is there any other cold cases? Do I know Gray? No, I don't know Gray. Gray Hughes? I can look up Gray Hughes. I've never heard of him. Oh, he's an investigator. Oh, yeah, I see he's a YouTuber as well. Okay. Never heard of him. I kind of stay out of the true crime stuff. I got involved into a case that just turned south very quickly. I am following the Daybell cases right now, the Morphew case. And I do have theories on the Morphew case that I have shared in previous videos. And I will share again. I really think that the fire has a lot to do with her body. The fires in Colorado. Delphi is one of those cases that I feel like it doesn't get enough coverage because something always comes first. And unfortunately, it's been a cold case for quite a few years now. It's been 4 years. I feel like it's time for that case to be solved. The Morphew case is a rabbit hole. I feel like she didn't go missing on Mother's Day, and her body happens to be in the fire area. I don't know if it's saved or if it's not saved, but I think it's in that area where the fires happened in Colorado. That's where you would find her body. I really do believe that. And I'm not the only one that's believed it. And I feel like her body was covered up either by logs or rocks. Could be in a cabin. Who knows? I feel like she was murdered in a house, though, the night before. And the whole bike thing was a setup. It wasn't. Jason Herbert. No, never heard of him either. I want to say it was the bathroom or the bedroom. That's funny that you mentioned that. And I feel like Headball Ray. Oh, you mean Kendall Ray? She's a good YouTuber as well. She has covered the Delphi case. I want to say she was hit over the head with something. I haven't seen the Donna Serenofi video on this. Yes, I do, Mr. DT. I do a lot of true crime investigation from the seats of my discovery in my own mind. I can tell you all about the Hotel Cecil and the Lisa Lamb case. I believe it's like 3 videos back, maybe 4. It's labeled Hotel Cecil. Can't miss it. It was a 4-hour video, so sorry. I get long-winded when I start talking about stuff I know. I knew they were going to be found next to each other, but I didn't know where. I thought they were going to be found in their last vacation site, not on his property. Cat H. And then I am from Arizona. Oh, Washington, D.C. How's everything going there? The inauguration's tomorrow, and that's going to cause an uproar. It's okay, no riots in the streets? COVID-19. COVID-19 is a big thing. I'll have to check her out. I tend not to watch too many psychics. I do like Sloan Bella. Just because some psychics, they'll say they know stuff and they don't. Sloan Bella is the real deal, though. There are a couple others that I follow based off of your suggestions that are good. I think COVID-19 is going everywhere, Mr. DT. I heard he was planning on it, but the problem is Trump can't pardon anybody that has state crimes. They have to be federal crimes. So I don't know. We should do a reading about Tiger King. 2012, 2 girls killed riding a bike. Are you talking Elizabeth Collins? But that was in Iowa, though. Tiger King needs to be released. I don't know. I don't really know anything about the Tiger King and his whole thing. I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of TV, guys. Then it must be not the same. I was going to say, the one I'm looking up is in 2012. And Abby and Libby was in 2017, so that seems like a couple years. You believe in awakening, but not to a T. Clarify that. What are you believing? Here's the problem with your theory, Mr. DT. Those two girls were not killed; they were abducted. It doesn't say anything about their bodies ever being found. I'm just perusing it really quickly. Oh, the awakening, but not, okay. I was like, I'm so confused. I didn't see that, but I mean, I didn't follow the case. I'm only Googling right now. I'll follow every true.
So I have.
Oh, okay. I was like, that makes a lot more sense. In fact, I'm going to share the screen really quickly. This is a YouTube video I found, Inside TV.
Is the monster suspected of killing those two Indiana teenagers responsible for slaying two other girls? Investigators are looking at striking similarities between the murders of 13-year-old Abigail Williams and Liberty German and the unsolved killings of two cousins 5 years ago in Iowa. 10-year-old Lyric Cook and Elizabeth Collins were biking together on a remote trail when they disappeared in July 2012. Their bodies were found 5 months later, 400 miles away from the scene of the Indiana murders. There are several eerie similarities. All four girls were attacked on remote hiking trails. They were murdered on the 13th day of the month. The bodies were discovered near water. The father of one of the Iowa murder victims, Elizabeth Collins, says there's another eerie link. The dates of the two murders, 7/13/12 and 2/13/17, each add up to 32, a number some say is a symbol of evil. Is that bizarre to you?
Somebody brought it to my attention, and then I looked at it. It was kind of interesting. And then if you look that number up, it's just, I guess it has a lot of meaning in the occult.
Former New York Homicide Detective Sergeant Joe Jackalone.
The similarities are pretty stunning in these two cases. You have the two young girls, you have the woods, of course, and you only have about a 6-hour drive in between them. We don't know if the bodies were staged, which also could be another indication. But right now, all you need is two similarities in order to consider it a pattern. And if I was investigating something like this, I'd be looking at this as a pattern.
This grainy photo was taken of the suspect approaching the Indiana girls on a rickety bridge. And this is the killer's voice. Now, police want to know if the monster has struck before.
Oh, well, I guess you're right, Mr. DT. There are similarities. Apparently, I don't follow this case enough. Did everyone hear that one okay? That video, the Inside Edition from YouTube when I shared my screen? Yeah, down the hill. I just wish they could just find this dude. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. The 32. In the video, yeah, there was it just says down the hill, Mr. DT. Down the hill. And they were found down the hill by the water. That makes me wonder. You guys have gotten me to think a lot over here. See, this is what I love about YouTube. You can start off a video and not have a whole lot to go by except cards, and then it turns into a discussion of things that you didn't think of or understand or even clearly had something. Mr. DT, I also have a Facebook group as well. If you're interested in joining, we do discuss some things. I think I'm going to do a watch party for the Elisa Lam thing. Oh, you deleted your Facebook a long time. No, okay, never mind. Oh, okay. You have Instagram. I do have Instagram. I can just remember my login. That's my Instagram. If you want to add me, I don't have a whole lot going on. I just started Instagram, so I'm still kind of learning it. Yes, I'll link that video. That video that we just watched is Inside Edition. It's on YouTube. The link is right there. I highlighted it. About the possible connection between the two girls. It just seems like a lot of years to go by to do murders, though. Yep. I think I've got you. think you just added me to Instagram. I think I just added you back. I'm pretty quick when that comes. If he did, okay, Mr. DT, and this is just going based off fact. I'm not bringing out cards for this one. If he did, there had to be something in those 5 years that happened. Either he's deployed, he's in jail, something. Because if a killer is going to kill, 5 years is a long time between killings. Especially because the 2012 ones were never solved. So it's not like they have a lead to go on. And then he did it again in 17, supposedly. There are different dates that would equal 32, is what I'm saying, in those 5 years. I just think 5 years is a long time to just go on hiatus. So, I don't know. Do I think he killed them? Possibly. Possibly. I thought that thing said 32. Yeah, it says 32. And it's on 101 of that video that I just... In fact, I'll share my screen right now. $32, it's right here. So 32 is the number. Like I said, there's a lot of numbers that add up to 32. But the 17th of the month, that's significant. I don't know. It is a scary number. I'm 32 right now. I'm going to be 33 here shortly. Thank goodness. I didn't know that 32 equals evil. That's interesting. I do, Mr. DT. I have 2, actually. They're just not here right now. I don't have a lot of subscribers yet, though, to be honest. I have too many moderators. Maybe when I get more subscribers, I'll need more. I'm hoping to reach 100 sometime soon, but it keeps going up and down, up and down. I don't know. Now, to become a moderator on a YouTube channel, I need your address, your email address. So, like, we have to be able to talk for you to for me to add you. You know what I mean? I have been keeping grinding. It's not exactly easy, Mr. DT. I started off with a strong following, and then I lost subscribers. I don't know, along the way. And it seems when I do the paranormal and the cold case, I get more views and I'm more subscribers, but the more I do just like readings and just hang out, like I don't get as many views. So I'm thinking that you guys like the cold case, and I'm going to try going with that a little bit more. If there's something else that you guys see that you want to see. Yeah, I started 3 months ago. I started my YouTube channel 3 months ago. Little did I know I'd be here 3 months ago. And I got sick during that 3 months too. I had COVID-19. And apparently when you say you have COVID-19 today, everybody looks at you like you have the plague. And I'm like, dude, I had COVID-19 over a month and a half ago. I don't care. It's like, stay away from me. You know what I mean? So I was like, COVID-19 is the new thing that nobody wants. Yeah, it's funny because I had a job interview today, and they're like, "Oh, we had no COVID-19 cases, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "I had COVID-19," and they were like, "I was like, keyword had." COVID-19 was not the funnest thing in the world for me. I'm not gonna lie. I should have did a video, but I couldn't get my head out of my bed. I felt like I was floating on thin air. Yeah, COVID-19 sucks. Not gonna lie. I'm coming up on 2 hours. Is Mr. DT the only one in the room? Are you still there, Kat? All right, guys, I might be cutting this one short tonight. I mean, short as in 2 hours. Well, thank you. All right, Kat, I'm about to leave anyway. I'm coming up on 2 hours, which I decided. Do you guys like it when I schedule it, or do you like it when I do random? Night, Kat. But all right, guys, it is. I have like 20 seconds till 2 hours. I'm gonna wait those 25 seconds, and then I will end the night. And I've got some research I got to do on some new. All right, see you, Mr. DT. Have a wonderful night, everybody.